To be frankly honest, guys, I wasn't looking forward to doing this review. In fact, I had been telling people that I wasn't going to do it because I had outgrown COD. Now, since I tried the beta out, that statement couldn't be further from the truth at this point. I actually enjoyed the beta, and I wasn't going to actually cover it because I didn't think I'd wind up buying the product at all. But then I realized I was bored with almost every shooter that I have. Although I have been having a lot of fun in Rainbow Six Siege lately, it just hasn't been bringing enough to the table for me in the way of shooters. And then you have Modern Warfare 3, which is basically Modern Warfare 2 with all the things that we've been asking for the past year. Before we go any further, my name is Gumurak, and I am a variety streamer over on Twitch, and I like to come over here and tell you guys what I feel about games that I've been playing lately. A big shout out to all the new people that have recently subscribed to the channel. We're at 966 subscribers of the 1,000 that we're trying to hit for the year. Thank you guys very much. If it wasn't for you, this channel wouldn't even be here. I greatly appreciate it. Like usual, I'm going to leave a link down in the description down below. Somebody that I know or somebody that I watch that has done a full description of the game and its release. I'm not going to go over the release of the game currently because by now that's been covered to death. Instead, I want to concentrate on the one question that everyone has been asking me, which is if this is enough to bring me back to playing the game. So naturally, I got the game and either to do the review on it for you guys and see what my opinions were. This time, I didn't want to just play a little bit of it and then give you a review of it. I wanted to sink some time into it just to see if the game was going to draw me back at all. So I've spent the past week playing it, and I was going to wait until I hit level 55 and either do the review. I didn't quite make it. I'm almost there. I think I'm 52 or something like that. Not only was I able to hit level 52 in a week, but I was also to level an incredible amount of guns completely, and this was just playing the multiplayer. Now, I'm not going to cover the zombies, and I'm not going to do the other modes. I literally just went to quick play and did the actual multiplayer quick play. Well, to find out the reason for that, we have to go all the way back to 2019, in which the first time Modern Warfare dropped in 2019, and I was absolutely enamored with it. I had never played any of the old COD games, so having a brand new Call of Duty to play and finally the time and ability to be able to do so, I was going to get to play one. And then I got introduced to Warzone, and that pretty much changed my entire perspective on everything when it came to the Call of Duty series. Because I had all my friends who had told me things about the Call of Duty series, the good points and the bad points, but I had never played it for myself, and I didn't want to play an old experience. I finally got a chance to play a new experience. I actually was so enamored with it that I started to do YouTube on it. Specifically, it's what drove me to start doing YouTube. I had all these ideas that I was going to be a COD content creator. And for a while, I pumped out a massive amount of COD content. And then I got to experience some of the bad points that people were talking about when it came to the COD experience, in which the titles after that and the iterations that they were doing after that just didn't seem to meet expectations, and then I eventually just stopped playing altogether. So I was pretty reluctant to even try this out when it came to the beta. But my friends really wanted me to try it out, and on top of that, they kept telling me how they had finally listened to community feedback and added 2019's movement back. There were some additional quality of life items that they brought back too. The number one thing being it is the most stable iteration of COD I have ever played, and that doesn't say much because, well, I haven't played a whole lot of COD. But compared to all the other versions since 2019, I've never played a version that was as stable as this version is. Now, that's not saying that this game isn't without its issues. It most certainly has its issues, including the fact that the SMGs just feel like you're throwing wet tissue paper at people. The good thing is at least they have acknowledged that, and hopefully they do some balance changes coming up. But there's some additional issues that I have been seeing when it comes to hit marker registration, and some of that can be contributed to netcode as well as the new health pool of 150. But I would be remiss if I didn't say that netcode issues have plagued the series and pretty much every multiplayer game, especially on launch weeks, for as long as I can remember now. For the most part, The game just plays. I've never had it crash a single time since I've had it installed from the release date. There's still some quality of life items I wish they would fix. Their party system is still absolutely atrocious. There are times where I cannot seem to invite my friends or anybody to the party in a correct manner, no matter what my status is or their status. This is something I've seen since 2019, and I can't believe that it's still going on. The other thing to be brought up is the $70 price tag. I've been asked what I think about the $70 price tag, and to be frankly honest, one thing I have learned when it comes to reviewing games is the cost of a game is almost completely subjective to the individual person. In my personal opinion, with the maps that they have provided and the guns that you actually have to unlock, which all of us have seen already, and the fact that this should have been a DLC and it should have been 2 years out, what I really think they should have done was to put this out for $45. Now, the reason why I say $45 is because they should have treated this like a DLC. They should have been open and transparent and apologized and stated, this is what we did to fix all the things, but we still have to pay the bills and keep the lights on, so we're going to charge a DLC fee and shove it out for $40 or $45. Charging a premium price tag for this title just seems a bit underwhelming. Additionally, at the same time, I don't know what we thought we were going to wind up getting of some revolutionary change, or exactly what we have in our mind of what would be the perfect COD game. There are too many developers and too many CEOs that are involved in either to come up with the perfect COD game that I believe would match everybody's aesthetic and quality life items that everybody wants in one title. After playing the multiplayer, the question still stands on whether this is enough to draw me back or not. Well, it has basically drawn me back because I've been playing it for a week rather than getting frustrated with it, putting it down, and doing a review based on that and my limited time with it. Instead, I sunk a lot of time into it and actually had a lot of fun. You want to be technical, I believe I got $70 worth out of it just in the first week, but we'll have to see when Warzone comes out because that's my main focus. It's also one of the many reasons why I haven't tried any of the other modes. What I can say is if the map is good and the sound issues stay out of the game and we don't wind up with anything majorly game breaking, then the answer is more than likely yes, I'm going to wind up playing it. The real question is, will I stick with it? If it plays anything like it is right now, I can tell you that the sniping and the gunplay and the way that the movement is in the game currently certainly has made it enjoyable, and with a good map, Warzone will be hot again this year. But I still have partially outgrown it, so the question is still remaining on whether I'll be sticking with it or not. Only time will tell when we get to December 5th and the Warzone map comes out. For now, if you're someone who wanted to buy the game just simply to have a multiplayer experience and something new, you will absolutely find a load of enjoyment playing this. However, if you're looking for the campaign or any other thing that is going on in this game, I can't really speak to it because I have no intention of playing it. But the target audience for the title currently and in its design is certainly around the multiplayer. If you're someone that has been playing COD for a long time, you'll find a lot of nostalgia to be had here. All the old maps come flooding back to you in grand design, and they look fantastic. And the visual recoil reduction for all the smoke and mirrors that's in your way when you're shooting has been an absolute godsend and a load of enjoyment to see exactly where you're shooting. If you bought the game or you have played the beta, I would love to hear what you have to say about it and how you feel currently about it as well. Let me know down in the description down below, and if you like the discussion that we had here today, make sure you hit that subscription button and hit the bell notification when I put up another video. I do work a regular 9 to 5, so my uploads are kind of sporadic at the moment, but I do try to put up one a week. We're going to have another review coming up here of a game called The Invincible. That was a playthrough that was provided to us by the studio, so keep your eyes peeled for that. if you are interested in a walking simulator type game, then that certainly is going to get your attention. It's very well done, and we'll have a full review of that coming up here soon. Thank you guys very much for being here. Remember to tell your loved ones that you love them often. Peace.